I think by now, if you guys know that I'm zoomed in, it's because we are testing out a full face of new makeup. I pretty much have a full face sitting right in front of me. Some of these items I paid for myself and some of these items are sent in PR. But the biggest question remains, are any of these actually worth it? Are they any good? So grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's get started. Alrighty, so we are going to start off with eyes. Now, I am not going to do anything complicated in terms of doing an eye look because I want to try out the new House Lab mascara. And I tend to find myself struggling to see how well a mascara performs if I'm wearing eyeshadow. I like to see it without it, but I still want to try out some sort of eyeshadow today. So I'm actually going to go into the Dede Signature. This is going to be the Chromebook Volume 2. I recently just got this in PR and I am so freaking excited to use these. There are going to be 15 shades in all, and I believe 12 of them are actually all shimmers, duochromes, and multichromes, and 3 are mattes. And I'm going to do a very, very, very easy eye look today because I just really want to play with this palette to kind of get a first impressions of it. I do have a discount code. It is code Allie, which will save you guys 10% off this palette. And according to Dede Signature, bigger, bolder, more luxurious. The most dazzling eyeshadow palette of our time is finally here. Packed with duochromes, multichromes, and a holochrome, this royalty-inspired palette is designed for those who love bold, high impact, and luxurious eye looks. It's going to retail for $62.99, launching on March 14th at 12 p.m. Central Time. This palette is going to be a collector's dream wrapped in a regal theme with luxurious finishes. Whether you want to create soft glam or intense editorial looks, Chromebook Volume 2 has everything you need to slay like a royalty. So I'm going to do something just kind of, like I said, very easy, very basic. Nothing like too dramatic because I kind of just really want to see how the shadows perform on their own. Now, I have never played with the Volume 1. I did get that sent in PR, but I never had a chance to actually like play with it yet. We're going to go in with this first because this is launching, I think tomorrow. By the time you guys see this, it'll be launching tomorrow or today, depending on when you guys are seeing this. I am pre-filming this, so I don't exactly know when you guys are going to see it, but just know you guys are going to see it soon. So we're going to kind of go for a very beautiful, easy eye look. So I think I'm going to go into this shade right here called Superior. This shade right here. This is definitely a multi-chrome. This is going to shift between like a green, gold, pink look. I'm going to put it next to my mirror so you guys can see the true shift of this shade. It is so gorgeous. Now, I'm not going to lay down any sort of transition shade. I generally just want to see how these shadows perform. So I laid down an eye base, and now we're going to go in and we're going to place this just kind of like right here because I just want to see how this performs all on its own, where I don't need to have like any sort of like transition, like I don't need to have like any sort of like crease shades or anything like that. I just generally want to play with the formula. Okay, look at how wet that's looking. That is looking so beautiful. Wow. In person, I see it right here, green, gold, pink. So I'm really curious to see how it's going to lay down to the shade right next to it. So right next to that, I'm going to go into the shade right here called Royalty. Right here, again, another stunning shade. Now this shifts between a green, gold, orange shade. Again, it's so pretty. So pretty. So I'm going to put this right here. Okay, you can kind of see the shift on the eyes. I love kind of also like how wet they feel. They feel incredibly wet on the lid. Oh my god, they're so pretty in person though. Wow. Okay. And then next to that, I'm going to go into the shade right here called Monarch because we're going to do 2 different eye looks today because like why not? Again, another beautiful shade. So pretty. It's like a light blue to teal. Very gorgeous. And we're going to place this right here. I feel like it will complement this look really nicely because of this shift in tones. Like, look at that. This goes from like a blue, purple, pink, and this goes from a green, gold, pink. So kind of like literally just kind of matches each other. Wow. Okay, that's really gorgeous. Do you guys see that right there? Do you guys see the shifts and how gorgeous it truly is? So pretty. Wow. Okay, so on this side we're going to go with my Sigma Eye Base. I didn't even lay down any glitter glue. This is laying down so nicely. And I feel like it doesn't really need much to it, honestly, because it's just laid down really beautifully. Okay, so for this eye, we're going to go into a shade right here called Paramount. This shade right here. Look at how gorgeous this is. So truly stunning. We're going to lay that right here. So pretty. And then I'm going to take the shade right here called Queen. This is going to be like a blue, purple, pink shift. This shade is one of my favorites. It's so gorgeous. I just like love this style shift. It's so pretty. And we're going to lay that right here. It's so wet looking. Oh my gosh, it's so wet looking. Okay, and then right next to that, we're going to go into the shade called Ambassador. This is another one of my favorite shades. This is like a light, icy lavender with blue and rose gold mixed into it. It is such a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous shade. Like, so stunning. And we're going to place that right here. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Okay, so like, look at how it looks. Do you guys see those shifts right there? Like, look in the mirror right here. You could definitely see that green to purple. So beautiful. And then I don't know if you guys can see like the blue to pink. Not to mention, just look at how the glitter reflect is. Like, do you guys see how glittery that is? Oh, that is so pretty. Wow, those are really, really easy to play with. Like, oh my gosh, those are super easy. So first impressions, I only played with just a few shades, and all I did was lay them down my finger. They laid down so effortlessly. Like, I didn't even need to have a crease shade for these to work so nicely. I didn't need to use any sort of glitter glue. They are laying down beautifully. There's not really that much fallout. I really, really want to keep playing this palette. First impressions, I do really like this. Like I said, you guys can use code Allie, save you guys 10% off. If you love dual chromes, multi-chromes, and holochromes, you are going to love this. The shimmers are so beautiful, and you really don't need much to create a really beautiful, easy look on the go. Look at how wet that is. Ah, it's stunning. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay. So moving on to the face. So I got the new Physician Formula. This is the Diamond Perfector. This is a color correcting primer. So it doesn't really say anything else other than it's a color correcting primer, but I really want to play with it because, like, look at the beads. Like, look at the beads. They look like they're going to be so fun. So we're going to take this. We're going to put this on my hand. Ooh, it actually, like, changes color. Like, I don't know why I thought the beads would be, like, coming out, but it changes color. So we're just going to lay this down all over the face. This is probably not for me because I have very oily skin, but we're going to use it anyway. So anywho, I got to tell you guys, this past weekend, I went to SeaWorld with my best friend and her 3 kids. And let me tell you, y'all, I did something that I do not like doing, but I had to do it. I did not have a choice. Like, I'm still so embarrassed that now that I think about it, I'm still so embarrassed. I'm just going to go in with just an e.l.f. Glam Glow Satin Foundation because I don't have any foundation to try, so I'm just going to kind of just ignore that. Just ignore the foundation part because it's not relevant to the video. Okay, so I go to SeaWorld. So on Saturday, I go to SeaWorld with my best friend. Originally, we were supposed to go to the Strawberry Festival because it's a pretty big festival here in Florida. But to get there during the time of day that we were going to go was going to be like a 2-hour drive. So we're like, you know what? Let's not do a 2-hour drive. Let's just go to SeaWorld instead. We have passes to SeaWorld. Let's just go. And plus the boys, her 3 kids can, ride the rides. They can, have a great time, let's just go there. So we decided to go to SeaWorld. Now, normally I don't go to SeaWorld at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm usually going home by that point, but we decided to go, and I think it was like the perfect time because a lot of the rides are pretty much like just like walk on. We didn't really have like any issues in terms of like getting on the rides, but we did come across one situation that was definitely a very embarrassing factor for me because we went to go see, if we can get on Penguin Trek. Now, Alyssa's never done Penguin Trek before, and her 2 kids have never done Penguin Trek before. The youngest can't do roller coasters because he's only 2, so there's just no way that he could do a roller coaster right now, right? So, we keep checking the app, and the app keeps saying that the ride's down. So we're like, oh, okay, well, the ride's down. And it's like one of the few rides that the boys can actually ride because they're still not necessarily tall enough to do like Maku and Manta and stuff like that. Like, they're still kind of on the shorter cusp. So this was the one ride that they definitely could do. They were looking forward to it. They were so excited. And we kept checking the app, and the app just kept saying that the ride was down. So we're like, damn, okay, so the ride's down. So let's just, let's just go look at the penguins. Let's go look at the sea lions. And when we happen to walk over there, we see that the line says a 0-minute wait, and everybody's running in because it just opened up. Apparently it's been down. It's been going down a lot that day because we never saw it on the app. But it went down, but it decided to come back up. So we were like, okay, bet, let's go do this. Let's get on the ride. Then I'm like, how are we going to do this? Because there's 3 of us, me, Corey, and Alyssa, and her 3 kids. Someone needs to stay behind with the youngest, which Corey's like, hey, I don't mind doing it. You guys go ride. But, he's a 2-year-old. So he's a little handful. You know what I mean? The kids are not that easy. I swear to God, kids can smell fear. Okay, they can smell fear, they can smell weakness, and the fear that came off of our bodies, and we're like, oh, we're in charge of the kids. I swear to God, they can smell it. So Corey's like, I'll watch Tiago, you guys go. But I was like, okay, wait. I don't want to leave you by yourself. If it's only gonna be 5 minutes, let's figure this out, because Alyssa can't ride Penguin Trek with both of her boys who were 5 and under. Like someone's gonna need to have another adult. But I was like, let me just stay behind, because it's like literally supposed to be walk on. I'm gonna go into the Polite Society. This is gonna be the blurring bronzer. This is supposed to be a talc-free hyaluronic acid soft blurring bronzer. It's a cream to powder formula. I really hope I like this. I heard amazing things. I'm gonna go in the shade called French Riviera. It is the lightest shade. Oh wait. Oh, you know what? Let me put that on top of powder, because that feels very powdery instead. Let me put that on top of powder. So we're going to set my face, actually. I'm going to go in. Well, I'm going to use some concealer. I'm going to go with the Morphing Concealer. So Alyssa quickly runs in with the boys, because we figured we would just do like a rider swap. We would just swap out, do a rider swap. We thought that'd be easy. Let me tell you, SeaWorld, they ain't got their shit together, because trying to do rider swap was just pure freaking agony. Because the person at the front was like, oh, all you gotta do is go inside and get a ticket, and then tell your person to come inside, grab the ticket, and swap. Go inside, get the ticket, ride the ride, come back and give the ticket to the other person. You can go right back in the ride, like on the quick queue. We're like, okay, cool. So Alyssa goes in there, goes to the first attendant. It's like, hey, I need to get a ticket for rider swap. And they're like, we don't do that. And she's like, what do you mean? The person at the front said that. They're like, okay, well, I don't know what you're talking about, because we don't do that. Like, we don't do like the rider swap situation. We're like, okay, so what do you want me to do? Because the boys can't ride without an adult, and Alyssa didn't want to put Alyssa didn't want to put one of her kids next to a stranger. She's like, I'm not gonna let their first roller coaster ride, like true roller coaster ride, they've done Everest at Disney, but like a legit roller coaster ride, being next to a stranger. So she calls me. She's like, hey, I need you to come into this line. The person said that they don't do rider swap, but they will. They're telling you to go ahead and jump into the quick queue to get down to me. We're waiting in the first row for you to get here. And I said, okay, cool. I'm gonna go into the What's Up Beauty. This is a pressed setting powder. This is gonna be the Wild Dancer pressed setting powder, a talc-free pressed powder with a soft matte finish to set foundation and concealer, made from finely milled powders for light coverage and a weightless feel. And we're going to go into the shade called Light. It looks like so. Really pretty. And I did send a brush over to go with that. This is going to be their R204 powder brush, made in Japan from 100% goat hair.
I hope the goats didn't have to suffer for it, though.
It looked like so. So anyway, so she's like, I'm going to need you to go tell the attendant that you are supposed to go jump in quick queue so that you can come down here and meet me, so that one of my boys can ride with you and we can all ride together. I said, okay. So I get up to the person running the quick queue line, and I explain the situation, and they were like, we don't do that. And I was like, okay, well, your person down at the front of the ride is saying this is what you do. So I'm telling you that they are telling me to come through quick queue to get to her faster, because now the line says 45 minutes because everybody came running in. They said, okay, well, we need to verify that. I said, okay, go ahead, verify. And I called Alyssa. I said, hey, they're not letting me in. You have to call to verify. So she said, okay, cool. I'm going to tell the person. They're going to start calling you. And at this point, everybody's running up with like their quick queue ticket saying, do you guys take this here? And the guy's like, we don't take this ticket here. And then he's looking at me. He's like, are you sure this is what they said? I said, sir, why would I lie to you? I'm one person. I literally said nicely, I don't give a fuck about riding this ride. I've already done it so many times. I'm just trying to go be my best friend so that she can go get on this ride with her 2 boys. Her boys can experience it. They're supposed to verify and radio it to you right now. Like, I'm not sitting here joking around. I don't care. Like, I just don't have to push through the 45-minute line. And the guy's like, all right, I'm gonna let you go. I trust you. And I said, okay. Thank you. So then Alyssa was like, okay, you guys stay on the phone with me because there's another person halfway through the ride that's collecting the rider queue, that's verifying the quick queue passes. And I said, okay, let them know I'm coming so that you can go ahead and verify that I'm on my way and that, we can get this show rolling. First off, I have to say this is setting the face really nicely. I've never used like a powder brush like this ever to set my face. Goat's hair. Interesting. It's setting the face really nicely. I'm actually kind of surprised. I usually don't use a lot of pressed powder unless I'm doing a finishing powder. So this is kind of nice. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the Polite Society bronzer right here. I really, really hope this is a good bronzer. I've heard amazing things about this. So, anywho, I go into the quick queue. And I, walk the quick queue line and I'm, kind of like hustling because I'm trying not to take my time because, well, I know that everybody's waiting. I know that Alyssa's waiting on me with the 2 boys. They're 5. They're 5 and under. They're not patient by any means. They're like, let's go. You know what I mean? So, I get to the part where the person's, get to the part where the person's supposed to verify the quick queue, line. They're supposed to make sure no one jumped the line. And I get to her and I was like, hi. And I explained the situation. I was like, they were supposed to, call on radio that I'm on my way. And she's like, no ticket, no entry. And I'm just like, but she's literally supposed to call and verify it to you. She's like, and she walks away. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Like, she literally just like walks away, doesn't even bother to go on her headset. So I told Alyssa, hey, this person is not wanting to verify with you guys. Can you make sure? So then I hear Alyssa on the phone telling the person, I hear the person calling her saying, hey, the girl in the red shirt, you need to let her through. She's meeting up with someone waiting in the first row to ride with her kids. And she looks at me. She's like, red shirt. And the person's like, yep, please let them through. I could hear it on the phone on Alyssa's end. And then she just continues to look past me. And then she goes and steps around me and she verifies everybody else and makes me stand there. And I said, excuse me, I heard you got verified. I'm just trying to get through. She's like, oh yeah, you can go. And I'm just like, what the? Like, this would never happen at Disney. Like, this would never, ever, ever happen at Disney. But SeaWorld's a different story. So then I get to the quick queue and I get to where the quick queue meets up with the regular line. And it's up the stairs, over a walkway, down the stairs, through little turn sections to get to the ride. And I looked at Alyssa on the phone. Oh my God, Alyssa, you are not about to have me do what I think you're about to have me do. She said, I'm really sorry, but you have to do it. I was like, you owe me, because that stairways is filled with people, okay? Filled with people. And now I have to be that person who goes, excuse me, I'm so sorry, excuse me. Let me tell you, that was something. First off, does this setting powder have lumosity to it? I feel like I'm crazy, but I feel like the setting powder, I feel like the bronzer has a little bit of lumosity to it. It is really pretty. Like, surprisingly enough, for it being like a cream to powder formula, it does melt down into the foundation. I didn't see it lifting the foundation at all, and I really do appreciate that. But I just feel like there's a little bit of lumosity right here, and it could also just be because of the base that I'm wearing. But I feel like it has just a little bit of lumosity to it. But you know what, though? The forehead doesn't. Just the cheek. Interesting. But you know what? I'm going to keep testing this out all month long. First impressions, though, it is pretty. For blush, I'm going to try out 2 different blushes today. I'm going to try out the Glaminatrix blush and the Say blush. So with the Glaminatrix, we're going to go into the shade called Muted Mocha. And I'm going to kind of mix both because this is a cream right here, and then we have the powder. I'm going to use a little bit of the cream because I know that, Pact of Tall says you can do this. So we're just going to go in very lightly and just see if it disturbs the makeup with the cream very lightly. We're just going to go in right here. Okay, so anyway, so I had to be that person that was like, excuse me. And I for sure swore in everything that I had that somebody would be like, excuse me, ma'am. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, this is it. Like, someone's going to come and like give me shit. They're going to be so pissed that I'm bypassing the line But surprisingly, nobody had an issue. Everybody was incredibly kind, but it was horrendous for me because I had to do the one thing I don't like doing, which is one, line cutting. I can't stand when it's done to me at Disney. And then I had to be the person that literally has to separate a whole bunch of people on top of the stairs going, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Like, oh my God. I was like, Alyssa, you owe me. She hears me on the phone too going, excuse me, I'm so sorry, excuse me, excuse me, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Like, I was literally red in the face. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get to the kid. And then once I get past the stairs and go in the walkway, I'm going, excuse me, I'm trying to get to those little kids right there. I'm trying to get to those little kids so they can see. And little kids are like waving. And I'm like, thank God the kids are behaving and waving at me like, Allie. And I'm like, thank you. Because I already knew like, hey, I'm not trying to cut y'all. I'm gently trying to meet them right over here. They're off to the side just waiting for me. And I just, so embarrassed. But anywho, I get down to the ride and I go ride the ride with the oldest, who is turning 6 this year. And he was so brave. He was so excited. But then when the ride actually started, he was like, I'm a little scared. I'm like, that's okay, buddy. He's like, will you hold my hand? I said, sure. I have to say that laid down so nicely. Like that laid down so nicely on top of the setting powder. I'm quite impressed. I am quite impressed. Like, holy crap. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with the powder version of this. See how the powder does? Because that is such a pretty color. Wow, that is laying down so nicely. Oh, that made that a little bit too intense. We're just going to tone that down. Oh, God, that's way too intense. Okay, hold up. Let's tone that down. So, anywho, we get on the ride, and he's like, will you hold my hand if I get scared? I said, absolutely. We start to go, and he's, like, getting kind of excited, and he's like, okay. So, he grabs my hand because he starts to get kind of nervous. And what he doesn't know, what I didn't tell him because I wanted him to gently experience the ride and see his reaction, is that it's a launch coaster. So, like, it looks like you're going to go up, and then you launch out. And we started to go, we started to go up, and I'm like, put your hands up, buddy, put your hands up. So he puts his hands up, he gets super excited, and holy shit though, for real, that's stunning. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to go in with the same on this side, but we're going to top it off with a different blush. So he puts his hands up, and then we take off, and immediately it went from this to this. Real freaking fast. Yo, that kid was holding on for dear life, and like his eyes were so wide, like petrified. And I was like, are you okay? He's like, yeah. I'm like, are you having fun? He's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, yo, no, this kid's terrified. This kid's absolutely terrified. Absolutely terrified. We go through like another launch portion, and I could tell this kid's holding on for dear life. And then there was like no big drops or any upside down, so he didn't experience that. It's just a lot of like like that, and just like a lot of launches. There's nothing like really too intense, but I could see for a 5-year-old why it would be intense. I would never. As a 5-year-old, my dad got me on Splash Mountain, and it traumatized me. I didn't ride my first roller coaster till I was 18 because I could not handle the stomach dropping feeling. This kid's over here, granted there's no stomach dropping feeling, but this kid's over here doing a launch coaster, 2 of them on that ride. And so wow, that is seriously so pretty. I can't get over how pretty that blush is. Like, it's just beautiful. I'm going to go on top of it, though, with the Say blush. I have this shade right here called Mia. This is supposed to be a dusty, like, mauve rose shade. This is so pretty, so we're going to use this. But by the time the ride was over, I looked at him and I said, how are you feeling? And he said that his belly hurt. His belly hurt. And I was like, does it really hurt? He goes, well, yeah, I just kind of scared. I'm like, what part scared you? And I thought he was going to say, ooh. Oh, okay. Hold up. That is intense. Hold up. I thought he was going to say that I was like, what part scared you? And he pretty much, I thought he was going to say like, I don't know, the launch portion. He said the side to side, but then eventually he was like the launch. And then by the time we were walking off the ride, meeting up with Alyssa and her middle child, he was like, I want to do that again. That was so much fun. And so it was really cool because I got to experience like a kid's first roller coaster ride. And I'm very grateful that I didn't get to do this a couple years ago, because if I did, it would have been both of us being terrified. And I don't know who would have been the adult in the situation, me or him. It probably would have been him, because he would have had to calm me down because skirt. It took me a long time to get on coasters. So I just want to tell you guys that story because it genuinely made me laugh that I did the one thing that I hate doing, which is cutting people in line. And then I got to experience a kid's first roller coaster ride, which I thought was a lot of fun. I will say, I think the blushes are really, really pretty. I feel like you can't tell too much of a difference between the two. It's weird because I keep, going over this with setting powder, and it still has a little bit of a luminosity to it. So I don't know if it was like whatever is left over my brush or what, but surprisingly enough, that cream formula laid down really beautifully on top of setting powder. I'm actually quite impressed by that. I really, really, really am. Okay, so for highlighter, we do have the brand new Haus Labs. This is going to be the Bio Radiant Glassy Highlighter Balm. I originally said I wasn't going to buy this, and then lo and behold, I did, because TikTok showed, TikTok sold me on it. So I was like, well, now I got to get it. Now, this says this is supposed to work really nicely on top of powdered skin, so we're going to find out. I have the shade called Glassy Champagne Quartz. So let's see. I'm just going to apply this directly on top of the skin. Wow, that like melts in. Holy crap. And let me just kind of just lay this right here. And then let me... Okay, so I feel like it definitely is giving me that wet glass effect. Like, do you guys see how like wet it looks? Surprisingly enough, it's not disturbing the makeup underneath. Like, it's generally not disturbing the makeup underneath. It just looks like it's a wet sheen. I don't know if this is supposed to dry down or how I get it to not be so tacky. I don't know if I should put some more setting powder over it. Like, I don't know. But it's literally the second I'm placing this on the skin, I literally feel it melting. Like, I feel it melting on the skin, which is really nice. I'm kind of surprised because normally I don't like stick foundations because I always find that they lift my products underneath it. But this isn't doing it. It's melting. It's just melting. I don't know if you need all the shades because I can't tell the difference between the shades. They're kind of very similar. Pretty, but I need it to dry because I can't be having it wet, because then what happens if a bug flies and hits my face and gets caught in that, and then I don't know, and then I go somewhere and people are like, oh my god, is that a bug on your face? I'm like, oh my god, there's a bug on my face. Like, I need to set it somehow. Okay, so I did set it with setting powder and the glowiness kind of disappeared. So I gotta play with this. I gotta figure out how this works because it's very tacky. It's very tacky. It's very sticky. I don't know how to get this to not be. Because even though it's out of setting powder, I can still feel it being sticky. So since I'm not going out anywhere, I'm just going to kind of re-add back that shimmer to it so it looks more like a glass effect. But yeah, I don't know how to really get this to work. I'm going to have to watch a little bit more videos on this. But first impressions, it's pretty. But it just looks wet. Okay, so speaking of Haus Labs, I did pick up their new mascara. I've heard amazing things about this mascara. This is going to be their B Structural Volumizing and Lengthening Mascara. These are into my eye look without anything intense because I wanted to see how well this mascara performs. I heard that it's truly incredible. So we are going to test this out. I really do like Haus Labs. The products I tried from them so far have been really nice. Minus whatever this is. We're starting to work that out. But like, I love the Glassy Balm serums, like the Glassy Blush Bombs. Oh my god, they're incredible. The PhD lip balms are incredible. And so I really want to love this stick and I want to see how I like this. So let me go ahead and put this on the lid. The wand is not my favorite shape because I like a little bit more thinner wand. But it does feel really soft. The bristles are really soft. I don't feel it pulling at the lash. Okay, that's one coat. Okay, so this is my lashes with 2 coats. First impressions, it does lift and separate the lashes. I'm not noticing it transferring to the lid whatsoever. I am noticing this creasing just a little bit right here. Just a heads up that it's creasing just a little bit. But I'm not noticing the mascara transferring to the lid whatsoever. It is lifting and separating. I'm going to keep trying this out though. First impressions, it's nice. I like it. First impressions, it's nice, but we're going to definitely have to keep testing this out. Okay, so for lips, I do have a few new lip products. I got some stuff from YSL. I got stuff from Glaminatrix. I picked up the brand new Laneige Glaze Craze Tinted Lip Serum, but I already have 2 of them. I've already tried out. These are just 2 additional shades. But I really want to try out the brand new Makeup Forever. This is going to be the Super Boost effect. This would be the Super Gloss Moisturizing Plumping Lip Gloss. I really want to try this out. So I'm going to quickly wipe my lips. I picked up this shade called Wherever Walnut. I picked up the shade called Wherever Walnut. So I'm going to go in with the Wherever Walnut lip liner. Okay, now that my lips are lined, we're going to go in with the lip gloss. I'm really excited to try this out. This looks so pretty in the stores. So I'm really excited to give this a go. Ugh. Smells like mint. I really like the doe foot applicator. It's very comfortable and very soft on the lips. That is really nice. I don't feel a stinging sensation. I just taste a nice minty taste. That's all I'm kind of getting from it. It feels very hydrating. It's a very pretty color. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so to finish this off, I am so excited, but I have the brand new One Size Until Dawn. This is the glitter waterproof setting spray, y'all. As someone who's really, really, really oily, realistically, I would never use this setting spray for everyday wear, but if I'm gonna go to a concert, if I'm gonna go to a festival, if I wanna spray this in my hair, if I just wanna have a glitter moment, this is where this is gonna come in clutch. So we're gonna spray the face with this. I'm so excited. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is so glittery. Oh my God. I don't know what I expected. My eyes are watering because it's also hairspray in a can. Oh my God. I did not know what to expect. Yo, if I went to work like this, first off, I work for Disney. So Disney really wouldn't say anything because you can kind of wear, for the most part, anything you want now when it comes to your makeup and your hairstyle and your tattoos and nails. They're a lot more flexible than what they once were. So they wouldn't necessarily say this, but the looks that I would get though, this is intense. Oh my God, that's intense. Yo, but it's also kind of funny. I kind of like it. I guarantee you if I didn't say anything and my husband came home from work right now, he'd be like, what happened to your face? Like, it kind of looks like I put on a glitter eyeshadow and I just have extreme fallout. But it's pretty. Oh shit, it's on my lips. It's pretty. I like that. That's so pretty though. Let's add more. Hairspray in a can. That's so funny. Okay. I can't take myself seriously. Y'all shouldn't either because you're taking makeup advice from me. So, yeah. I will say that is a really pretty setting powder, setting spray. It definitely is iridescent. I can see the iridescent shift. I see lots of blue, green, orange. Like, it is so pretty. Like, so pretty. Let me show you guys what it looks like on my phone. Okay, so I hope it's coming up. Like, do y'all see that glitter? Oh my God. It's so intense. But I love it. Wow. Okay, so let me go ahead and zoom you guys out to give you guys my first impressions of the makeup products. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm struggling because, wow, that's a lot of glitter. All right, let me go ahead and zoom you guys out. Oh, wow. You can see the glitter even zoomed out. Oh my God, it's intense. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. Okay guys. That was fun. Okay, so first impressions, the Precision Formula, this is a color corrector primer. I don't really know what it really is going to do ultimately. I have very oily skin. I don't know if this is something I'm going to reach for often, but if I have any color correcting issues, I feel like this would be a good product. The Polite Society bronzer, honestly, it's pretty. I don't know if I'm supposed to wear this on top of a cream and then set it with setting powder, or if I put it the way I did. I think it worked out really nicely. I don't know if my brush had a little bit of leftover like lumosity from a previous use. I did wash it. I did, scrub. I did wipe it off, but so far I do like this. It melts into the skin really, really nicely. It does not lift any of the cream products, which I really do appreciate. So I'm gonna keep playing with this. It feels incredibly soft in the pan. It looks like it has a tiny bit of sheen to it, but I can see why everybody has been raving about this. I'm excited to keep playing with this for sure. Then we have the Glaminatrix. I only play with just one shade, but let me tell you, this is gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous. This laid down so freaking nicely on top of a setting powder, which I normally don't do. I usually go in the cream, then setting powder, followed by the blush, followed by the powder. But somehow this worked out really nicely. I really, really, really do like this. There's 3 different shades. I can see why everybody's been talking about this. I'm going to keep playing with this. This is gorgeous. Really beautiful. The Say blush as well is also really soft. A little bit does go a long way. There's a lot of pigmentation to it. So I did have to kind of wipe, you go over it a little bit with a translucent setting powder because I was struggling a bit. But this is a really pretty like baked blush formula. I'm going to keep testing it out. But so far, I like it. The What's Up Beauty pressed powder is quite nice. It's quite nice. I didn't have any issues with this. It didn't lift any of my cream products up. It laid down really nicely. I don't think it's really going to do much for the oil, but we're going to keep playing with this. The Haus Labs highlighter stick. Do y'all see? It's still tacky. Like, it's still tacky. So I don't necessarily know how to work this. I'm going to do a little bit of research. So next time I use it, I can use it the right way. It does look really beautiful. Like from here, like look at that shine, right? Like look at that shine. It is gorgeous. It gives me that glass look. It gives me that glass skin effect. But how do I make it so that it's not tacky? Because I don't want to have my whole face set and then go out and have my hair stick to it or have, God forbid, a bug fly into it. Or I don't want it to be tacky. I want it to look like this, but still be set down really nicely with setting powder. And I feel like if I put setting powder on top of it, it dulls it out. So I got to figure out a way to make this work. But it's I like it, but like at the same time, I don't like that it's tacky. It's the weirdest thing. Like it's weird. I'm gonna keep playing with this one. Our first impressions, it's nice. It's nice. I can see what people have been talking about this. I want to try it without any eyeshadow though. I'm gonna be wearing this when I go to work all week long, so I can really get a feel of it. But first impressions, I do like it. The Chromebook Volume 2. Oh my God, this is gorgeous. Like this is gorgeous. Like look how easy the eye look was. It took me like 5 minutes to do it. Really, really easy. There's no fallout with this. There's a little bit of creasing right here, but other than that, it's such a beautiful palette. I'm obsessed with this eye look right here. Like it's so pretty. Like it's just so pretty, so easy to do. Formula is incredible. Like I said, you guys can pick this up on the 14th. And if you want to use my code, you guys can to save you guys 10% off. Then we did the Makeup Forever Plumping Lip Gloss. This feels really nice. It's not sticky. It has a nice minty taste. It doesn't feel like it's plumping though, and it doesn't feel like it's doing any sort of stinging, but it does look really pretty. I don't think you need more than one shade if you even need it at all, but I do think it's really nice. I'm gonna keep using this one. But the one that has got me chuckling is this One Size glitter spray, because like y'all, I look like I'm about to go audition for the Twilight movie, and I'm not mad about it. I am not mad about it. Realistically, I will not use this for everyday use, but to do something fun like this, or to go to festivals, or or concerts, or if I want to just spray it in my hair, or when I do the Twilight review for the new Glam Light collection, this is going to come in clutch. I understand why people love this. This is a great body spray for sure. Like a great body spray, great hairspray. For the face, I don't know. It is really beautiful. It's a little jarring though if you're not used to it, because it looks like I just have a shit ton of fallout on the face that you're like, girl, you don't know how to do makeup. And I'm like, I know. You know what I mean? Like that's the vibe I get. But it is really, really, really pretty. The sparkle in here is gorgeous. And I can see why people raved about it when it came to the Wicked collection. So overall, we definitely had some hits in this video. We had, I think, one or two misses, but I'm quite impressed with everything that I did try. Now, I didn't get to try all the makeup that I got this past week in PR. So we're going to save that for like a chatty get ready with me or like a shop my stash video. So definitely stay tuned to that. But yeah, guys, this was fun. This was fun. So with that said, guys, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, R for the Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful page members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.